Hey y'all, it's Gypsy. I'm doing this video like this because frankly, I don't feel like being on camera today. I went to the food pantry this morning and handed out food in the rain. So while I felt warm and fuzzy inside, I look a bit ratchet on the outside and I'm too tired to groom. So you're going to get to stare at the workbooks. I am obviously doing a video about Leonie Dawson's 2015 what is it? Create Your Shining Year. I've got it right in front of me. I can't even see. Create Your Shining Year workbook. Now, I bought the Life and Biz together because I wanted the physical workbook, and in order to get this, you got to buy it like together. You can get them separate where you have just the Life or just the Biz workbook, but that's an ebook that you can print out yourself. I didn't feel like messing with that, so I just bought the whole thing. However, I'm glad I did because even though I really don't fill in all of the Biz pages in here, I do like looking at them. I like keeping them in mind. I do have the Etsy shop. I just don't promote it a whole lot, and I don't use it a whole lot because, frankly, I don't have time to do a lot of readings. So, my energy's not in that. I'm trying to get certified to teach, so that's kind of where I am. But, those follow. I'm using basically just the Life part. But I just wanted to show you a little bit of mine. This is right up my alley. I realized this one day whenever I was doing my notes for my teaching certificate. This is an example of what my notes look like for my teaching stuff. So yeah, this whole Leonie Dawson book is just totally right up my alley. I think Leonie Dawson and I could be note-taking buddies in classes and meetings. This is even in meetings, like at work, this is what my notes are. I can't help it. I have to draw while I'm listening, or I completely space out and don't hear a word that gets said. If I have to look at you for an hour and a half and give you my full attention, I'm not going to retain anything. So this is what happens in order to make it stick. So consequently, for those of you who are already familiar with this note, that's right up my alley, as I've already said. First page, most of you know my real name is Carrie, so I wrote it here because I'm a Cure fan, so I like writing it like that. And then I have my Gypsy chick here. And then, again, there's tons of reviews of this book out on in the world. This is just a quick bleep at my things that I've written. Some of these are fairly personal. Now, these are biz pages, as you can see, so I didn't fill them out because they weren't that important to me. Now, some of the pages I've really enjoyed doing in here have to do with kind of doodling stuff. This is the affirmations page, and this one I will share because this isn't anything too personal, private, but it just kind of gives you an example of what I'm doing with this book, which is having a total freaking blast with, doodly art all over the place. So this was kind of a big deal. I really enjoyed doing this page. And then also this one. This one was the days, the week you kind of set a space, what you want to get done on those days. And so that was kind of a cool thing too. So I had a lot of fun plotting out what I was going to put in those squares. Let's see what else I have. I marked a few. Oh, my sacred word for the year. That's what I wanted to put out there because I'm really excited about it, and it's transformation. I'm really, this year since I got this workbook, it's really helped me kind of focus exactly how I want to get where I want to get, and it makes it much less overwhelming when you break it into these little pieces. And so I have been thoroughly enjoying this whole process of going through this workbook and filling in all these spaces. I still have some to go, but I'm getting there. But this is a huge, huge asset to my whole plan here. And so the word transformation, of course, it didn't even take me long to figure out what it was going to be because I'm all about it right now. I am ready to, to take the next step. So it makes it more exciting. Now, I think one of the things I love about this book is that it has these monthly check-ins where you can go back and check in and see what you got done, the month before, and what you kind of want to carry into the month coming up. And they do that for every month. She's got like a quirky name. There's Juicy January, Fabulous February, Magic March. And it's great because it holds you personally responsible for what you're doing and the goals that you've set and following up on them, but it does it on a monthly basis. And whenever I got this and I started getting to the end, I was like, this is great for kind of higher level stuff, but when you get into the details of your day to day, I'm thinking, I really feel like I need something more. So this is a great starting point, but this is something that really, if you're going to get down into it and really start, planning things out and having goals, you need to break it down even weekly and even daily. And I realized that, like I said, I noticed at first there's something missing. I'm going to need to take this to another level. And for work, I had to go to this seminar. And at this seminar, they talk about blocking the schedules. And this is the workbook from the seminar that I went to. It's a Fred Pryor seminar for time management. And this is what I wanted to show you, was something huge that I took out of this, was blocking your time. And this is an example of, you have an hourly breakdown here, and then you have every day of the week here. And this is obviously, just for like a, office work standpoint. But this applies to everything, and I'll show you mine in a minute. But anyway, how these block schedule, and I thought, that is brilliant. That's what I need to supplement my 2015 workbook with. I need something that takes that month and breaks it down into weeks and days. And so I went on Amazon and I started looking around, and I found this. And y'all, I'm not even kidding. This is called the Planner. It's 55% off because I guess we're into March now. And it has been the coolest supplement for my Leonie Dawson workbook. I went ahead and I set up a dummy page, so I'll show you guys that because I'm not going to show you my personal daily schedule. But, I thought it was cool here. They talked about this in the seminar I went to, was having SMART goals. Your goals need to be specific. They need to be measurable. You need to be able to see when you're making things happen. They need to be attainable. Keep it realistic. Relevant, they need to have to do with actually what you were trying to accomplish in your life, and time limited. Give yourself deadlines. And so this was, this is something that's kind of a standard knowledge in, if you've ever been to anything having to do with time management, goal setting, you're going to see this chart. And so I was glad that this was in here. It's a nice little reminder, of things to keep in mind when I'm going through this process. And so I went ahead and I set up, where is it? So each month has its own kind of overall monthly page, and I use this as more of a page for broad things, things that are going to be like day-long things or events, birthdays. Here I have Rue's birthday. If I'm going to be out of town or something, mark off a big block so it's easy to see. And these are things that will likely be transferred into my daily stuff. But it's just kind of a nice overview to see, Rue's birthday's coming up at the end of the month. I got to make sure I'm planning for that. And so that's kind of a cool feature. Then it also has a page for random thoughts at the beginning of each month. And that's just a big blank page where you can write down, if you have like a shopping list that you need to get at a certain, like hardware store type things, or, I'm going to be starting an herb garden. I may start listing different herbs that I might want to put in my herb garden. Here I wrote down a book that I want to get, the Stephen Covey 7 Habits book that's, pretty widely known. Just made a comment about Rue's birthday. And then, my big reminder to Skype Goo, because we always get so busy. And of course, my oldest daughter lives overseas, so I have to remind myself, when I get into my routine, her hours are very different than ours. And so I have to remember to Skype her by a certain time of the day, or else business is closed because she's gone to bed. So another thing, and this is one of my favorite aspects of this planner, is that it has this, every week it has a page for each week that says things to do and goals of the week. Now, if I could make one change to this page, it would be to put the goals at the top, things to do at the bottom. But that's just because I see my things to do list stems from this goals of the week. These are the high level things. These are how I'm going to get these things done. So, and I even broke it down and I put a line down the middle myself because I work full time. So I have a complete different list of goals and things that I need to get done for work from things and goals that I have for myself personally. So I have that split out even from there. So, then I put little check boxes and write it in. So once I get something done, plan the week's meals, check, that's done. Now I just need to go to the grocery store. Registered Rue for her karate tournament. I still got to buy Goo a birthday card. Now her birthday's coming up soon. So I have all these different things that I have on this list, and as I get them done, I just check them off, And there you have a very productive week. You've got your week done. How do I get that done? Then they have a weekly breakdown, and that is where you can go in and, I'm sorry, daily breakdown, and you have, your whole schedule. You have all your hours here on one side, and then you have, your week going this way, and then you go in and you can kind of fill it in. And I've got some examples, and again, this is just a dummy schedule. I've left it open here. I didn't want to go too far into it, but you can even write in, and I plan, I use it to plan meetings for myself during the day. This is like, I will use this for work as well. So when I have certain things or blocks of time I need to block off, I will. For what I can see for now, I have, for sure, I know my afternoon schedule with the kids is always the same. I've got my karate. I've got them color coded. One kid is orange. One kid is blue. Anything that's just for me, that's mine, is yoga. That way I can also make sure, at a glance, how much time am I spending on myself? How much time am I spending running this kid around or doing that around? It's like just to keep things balanced. And then over here, we had a tournament. So, you see that you have that whole day is blocked off because we have to drive out of town to go do that. So, that's an out of the ordinary. So that got red. So you can do that however you want. You don't have to color code. I'm very visual, and so I like the color. It helps me to keep things even more organized. So anyway, that's basically where this took me. This Life and Biz workbook has taken me from, looking at my overlying goals as far as what I wanted to do for my year. And then it helped me break it down to monthly pieces. And then I found this awesome planner that helps me break it down weekly and even daily. And I mean, I'm getting so much more done. I feel so much more, or it may just be that I can see it. And so I am able to acknowledge the things that I'm getting done, but it feels so good. So I highly recommend this planner. I know it's already March. I know this. It is never too late to start getting yourself organized. So if you've been thinking about getting this workbook and you're like, well, but we're already in the year, I'm telling you, it's okay. It really is okay. It's going to help you get yourself, geared up for the next 3 quarters that we have left of the year. And like I said, this planner, it says it's 55% off. It's on Amazon. It's just called the planner, and this is what it looks like. I love this thing. This thing is great. So you guys go check it out. I hope this was a helpful video for you guys. I know it's been a while, but I'll be back regularly, at some point. I don't know when. Take it easy, y'all, and blessed be.